What's going on, good people? It's the Silver State Stacker here, and today we're talking about 90% silver. I'm back at the topic again because I just keep seeing so much hate and so much negativity that I want to correct the record, okay? First off, I've been hearing a lot about if you're a new stacker, stay away from 90% silver. There's never going to be any more premiums on 90% silver. I mean, this is just, it couldn't be further from the truth. First off, the local environment that we're in right now is totally different than we've had environments in the past. Okay. So every time that there seems to be a dip or a spike in the price, every environment is different. That's the first thing that you got to understand. Okay. So listen, stay with me to the end. Let's chat. I don't really want to be like negative to anybody, but this is my opinion and it's not financial advice. So take it how you will. But let's unpack this because number one, first off, let's talk about the 90% premiums, okay? First off, you have to understand that these things have always been cyclical, okay? Sometimes there have been high premiums on 90% silver in the past, and sometimes there have not. We currently are in a situation where premiums on 90% silver are very low. We got people picking up 90% silver at melt or below melt. Okay. Why is this happening? What is going on right now that is squashing premiums on 90% silver and allowing people to purchase for even below melt? So first off, this is how cycles work. Okay. First off, the refiners start to bottleneck where they can only refine, a certain amount at a time and they just get backed up or they just shut down completely. Okay. Whenever this happens, local coin shops are forced to stop buying that particular type of silver because of risk. They can't sit on these items for very long. The way they make their money is turning over. The risk is that the spot price goes down and then they lose money on the sell. So when the local coin shops, when they temporarily stop buying a product, in this situation, 90% silver, what happens then? Well, supply starts to stack up. A lot of people are cashing in on their 90% silver right now because spot prices are up. So people are trying to cash in and take some of their gains so that they can use it for other stuff, pay off debts or whatever, okay? So with silver prices rising, you got a lot of people coming in to sell their 90% silver. Now we've got refiners not taking it. Now we've got a backup of 90% silver here. Do you want to diversify? Absolutely, you want to diversify. Should you have a 50%, 90% silver stack and a 50% 999 fine stack? I don't know. You have to do what you feel comfortable with. With me, I don't mind a 50-50, 90% silver stack because, this stuff has been around for a long time. It's good to go. I do think that it's good to diversify, not only to have bars, but you should also have sovereign coins, and I think you should have 90% silver or whatever government issued local coin that actually has silver. I think you should be stacking that. Whatever's local for you, you should have that. All right. So anyways, enough about that. Do we want to talk about the liquidity issues and like you shouldn't be stacking this stuff because we're seeing right now that we're going through liquidity issues on the 90% silver? Well, if you ask any coin shop owner privately, I think they will tell you when markets are calm, they prefer 999 bars and rounds because they say when markets are stressed, 90% silver becomes the most desired silver. Why is that? Number one, because everybody recognizes it. You don't need any kind of an assay. It's guaranteed by the U.S. government. You can get small fractional units. It's perfect for barter. There's no sales reporting or anything like that. There's no tracking. And it's pretty hard for counterfeits. There's not a whole lot of counterfeits out there. I mean, I get it, like the Morgans and the Peace dollars, but like, do you think people are really out there trying to counterfeit the Mercury dimes and Roosevelt dimes? I'm sure they're out there, but listen, if you get a counterfeit that's $3.80, it's a heck of a lot better than getting a counterfeit $500 10-ounce bar right now, isn't it? Right? So, there's a little bit less risk involved in 90% silver. So in a crisis, nobody wants 100-ounce bars. Everybody wants dimes and quarters. And that's why the premiums on this stuff explode when times are stressed. So, that's what I got to say about that. And do I think new stackers should avoid it? I think that's horrible advice. And the reason why I think this advice is dangerous is because they assume that today's premiums are going to be tomorrow's premiums. Well, that's wrong. I've already shown you that. Premiums are mean, they revert, and they're highly cyclical. And, they think that, LCSs are refusing to buy at today's prices, and that reflects like the permanent demand. Well, we've already gone over this. When the economy gets bad and the world gets rough, generally and throughout history, it shows that people run to 90% silver and they leave that fine stuff behind because they need stuff that they can barter with. So that's wrong. It just reflects temporary throughput issues. And they don't understand also that 90% is a fixed supply. Nobody's ever going to make any more of this stuff. Every year, junk silver just gets melted more, broken up, lost, gets hoarded forever, gets put in stacks. We don't see it for, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. What I'm getting at here is that the supply shrinks. It's never going to grow, okay? So, don't ignore that 90% silver historically tracks a different premium cycle than eagles, rounds, or bars. It's separate from all that stuff. Guys, there have been times when 90% silver had higher premiums than eagles, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you're paying the same price because you're paying less, okay? But as far as the premiums applied to that specific silver, there have been times where 90% silver had higher premium percentages than an eagle. Okay, so listen, don't be fooled. And, again, we're going to hit on that junk silver term. Calling it junk silver is like calling pre-1964 coins trash. That is not the case. The term originated from dealers in the 1970s who really meant it just simply has no numismatic value and it's just has silver content. That's basically what it's worth, okay? It doesn't mean it's undesirable, low demand, low value, unwise to stack, or bad liquidity. It just simply means it trades close to melt. That's it. And the current environment is actually a massive buy signal. That's why I'm buying this stuff right now. Okay, here's what the market's literally telling you. Local coin shops not buying, temporary glut, low refiner throughput. Okay, so zero premium, a historically rare event. This very rarely happens. It's negative sentiment is the perfect contrarian indicator. Okay, buy when others are fearful, sell when others are greedy. Okay, or be greedy when others are fearful and be fearful when others are greedy. And stackers are dumping this stuff right now, which people incorrectly assume that this cycle is somehow broken, but it's not, because we can look back at 08, 2013, 2020, 2022. These precise conditions all preceded major premium spikes every single time. So we could just be setting up for a premium spike on 90% silver. Okay. Is it over? Is 90% silver done? That's really just an emotion. You're acting on emotion, not real economic claims. They're not based on historical premium cycles. It's not understanding how the refinery economics work, not paying attention to supply dynamics. It's not tracking silver shortages. It's not looking at past stress events. And you're not seeing the retail sentiment lags to actual market reality. Okay, they're doing what most retail buyers do. They only see the short-term pain. They assume that equals long-term reality. They overgeneralize and they panic and they get discouraged. And they just make extreme predictions. And that's the psychology of retail, not the psychology of the metal market. Okay, so bottom line, 90% silver is not dead, not even close. What you're seeing is a temporary processing bottleneck, a temporary sentiment downturn, a temporary glut caused by a lack of refining capacity. It will flip. And when it flips, the exact same people are going to be saying, why is 90% so expensive now? So, guys, let me know your comments and your thoughts down below if you guys agree. Am I way off base? What are your thoughts about 90% silver? Is it alive? Is it Is it dead? What's going on with it? Are you buying it? Are you buying more of it now? Are you avoiding it? You guys let me know what you think down below. Thank you guys for watching the video. You guys have a blessed and wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next one.